exactly a year ago, I got out of the hospital for the diagnosis of congestive heart failure. Went in on 25th, couldn't breathe. They gave me Lasix and some other drugs, and I peed away 22 pounds of water. Then it felt pretty good after I got rid of that the first 12 hours. Had to stay in the hospital though, because it was the beginning of COVID, and they're like, well, if you want to get these other tests done, you should just stay here, because who knows when your doctor will be able to see you. Of course, I didn't even have a doctor. So, got those tests done. Big ordeal. A lot of sitting around waiting. A lot of missed meals. Definitely hated being in the hospital. I don't think anybody does, of course. So I got out a year ago on the 27th, and Blanca picked me up, and we went for a walk. Kind of what I'm doing right now, about the same time. And I signed up for the great virtual race across Tennessee. And it's 1,000 kilometers, give or take. It's actually a little longer. So people who actually only went 1,000 kilometers didn't finish, actually, which was amusing that everybody was complaining about that. But I did the race across Tennessee, which is, 1,000K, 620 miles. And I did it in under 2 months. So I did the race across Tennessee and back across Tennessee. Did about 1,200 plus miles, 4 months, 10 miles a day. First month or two, pretty slow because I fell on March 9th and didn't walk or anything for like 4 or 5 weeks. That's how I ended up in the hospital, I think, because my body just went out of whack after decades of working out a couple hours a day. The zero gravity of not doing what I'm doing right now, my body went nuts. So anyways, the race starts May 1st. I've been hemming and hawing about doing it again. Obviously I can do the Gvrat, race across Tennessee. It's only 5-something miles a day. Not to say that 5 miles a day isn't difficult. It's amazing how few runners I know actually do 35-mile weeks. The 10.3 a day, a double crossing, a little bit more work, and generally do that. Well, I don't really have to think much about it, but this will keep me honest. I was hemming and hawing, knowing me, I used to do 100-mile weeks regularly, I think, from like 2012, 2013 to 2018, for like 5-year stretch. I was doing 5,000-mile years. Now, of course, those included some 6-day races and 48-hour races, so it's a good way to pad your weekly mileage when you put in a 322-mile week. So I kind of fearful that I'm going to actually try and do a triple crossing, which is called a CAT. I haven't figured out what the CAT is. I'm sure I tried Googling and I couldn't figure it out. So anyways, I'm just kind of right now think I'll pull the trigger. Kind of fun race to do. Had a great buckle last year. Then if you did a double crossing, you got this nice banner and this nice pin for the 1,000 miles. So I should do it just to have some to keep me motivated. But I don't want to really feel like obligated. Like this year I've done 200-mile weeks where I've really gone, oh gosh, I got to go out and do the miles. And the biggest problem I have is physically it's okay to do. It's just the mental part is difficult. And one of the reasons I'm doing this vlog is just to give me something to do. Idle hands at the Devil's Workshop. And so I think I'll sign up when I get back. Just tell myself I'm going to do a double crossing. I'll do the rat and the bat. Who knows? Things are feeling good. Might dabble with it, trying to get that triple, because you are supposed to push yourself out of your comfort zone. And last year, doing 10 miles a day was definitely out of my comfort zone. I was out here doing 22-minute miles. So it was taking a long time to get 10 miles a day. So 15, still not as fast as I used to be, but do 17s, 18s. Still gonna take me, 5 hours a day. Get out in the morning and do 10. Means I gotta do 5 in the evening. But you gotta do that just day after day after day. And I usually do 4 or 5 in the morning, 3 or 4 in the evening. No big deal. So jumping up for the back across Tennessee isn't an issue. So still got a couple days to sign up, but I think when I get home, I'll sign up for the great virtual race across Tennessee. And thankfully this year they're using the run sign up software, so it won't be as convoluted. I always walk by these people's yard and it says, "Beware a dog," and then it says, "We don't call 911. This property is protected by the Second Amendment." Yes. So just headed over to finish up my walk on Elm Street. I call it Nightfall on Elm. And that's about it for right now. So as always, and that's one of my concerns about signing up for this race, is if I try and do the triple, I may not be staying healthy. But whole thing is stay healthy, be boring, and please subscribe.